Alright, welcome back everyone to Salt of the Earth and our prior episode. The baby's just following you. I don't know why those two are linked, but it's hilarious. Okay, so anyway, um, Marta, Volta, and Celerity enter into the Gounder family's main reception area. Suddenly, via a swirling mist, Celerity disappears and Sky appears in front of the party, holding a scroll, and tucked around you is a large sack in which is a baby. The baby is looking at you, Sky. What would you like to do?
Well, hello.
Goo goo
Uh,
gaga.
no, just like very casually, like just address you, like, well, hello. Like wave down at it.
The baby looks at you and gives you this faint squint, like, I cannot believe this person is addressing me so informally. I am offended. Then the baby goes to sleep. You can keep the baby, you can pass it off to Marta, you can give it to Volta, you can do whatever you want with it. But you can tell that
Do
Celerity.
not shake the baby.
Do not shake the baby. That is one thing we do not do. We do not shake babies here.
That is a very bad thing for children, babies especially.
I've heard that too.
Sky, you are welcome to ask what Miss Sam Hell is going on so that you can, in media res, be apprised of the situation.
Well, hello. What I miss?
Oh, well, you missed plenty of things. We were, um, it was strange. About the time that we were dealing with some interesting humanoid creatures, you seem to disappear. So, we dealt with the creatures and then found a bundle with the baby, um, with the mother, and well, we decided that after completing our quest there, we're going to um try and see if we can find a proper home for it.
That makes sense. Max, that makes sense.
And to
I
refresh,
mean,
and to
it
refresh,
doesn't. But
oh sorry,
oh, sorry.
and
Go
to
ahead. Go ahead.
refresh, a lot of you are at this location because it is the last place where the Thakur's wife was before she contracted some kind of disease and then died. So you're investigating her death by coming to this location. That's your main conceit.
I'm sorry, where can I just ask a quick follow-up question? Just to get the background again. Who was that again? Where did we meet that person?
Uh, when you were back over in, oh god, what the fuck did I call that city? Hadar. You bumped into the high priest. The high priestess told you that the leader of the town's family had recently passed, and that you should go, I don't know, talk to him and investigate it because the death was rather mysterious. You discovered that they died from some kind of fungal infection. He said the only noteworthy thing in her retinue was that she had come out here a few days earlier, and he believes that this might be the locus of whatever infection caused her demise.
Okay, that's right. Okay. And we had to talk our way into this building, right? Because there was somebody out front at first. Is that correct? Or we had to fight? I'm so sorry. I just need to catch up again, refresh my memory.
No, actually, everyone here has been very polite and accommodating. They told you you can go anywhere you want, except for places that say that you need a family escort, and if you want one, you can summon them, and they will escort you through the area. In front of the building was a vulture, and the vulture seems pretty damn keen on making sure you did not go into the building. However, Marta, having no concern for other people or their chicanery, just walked into the building. Like,
That's right. Okay.
sachet away from politeness.
Yeah, exactly. Shantae into the building. Okay. Um, do we see anybody in here so far?
No, it's actually relatively quiet. You can see what is on the map. You see one to one. You see a little reception area. There's like a little There's like a large painting which shows the entire family of the area. You can identify two of them. They are the people that let you in here. They're Caven and why did I have to give them weird names? Nithin. You can see that it also shows an older man called Vikram and a older woman, Srisha, and a younger woman, Madhu.
Okay. And
Hmm.
those are, I'm sorry, those are paintings we see on the wall?
Yeah, there's like one big painting behind the reception area, kind of like the family portrait. You can see ledgers kind of lying around. There's small bottles of coconut wine, and you can see that behind the reception area it says employee sleeping quarters. And the door is closed, but you can see the sign in Celestial. And directly ahead of you seems to be a small storeroom. And around the corner to your right, you can see a small little plaque that says family dining. Oh,
Hmm.
those two guys actually aren't on the map. They're just there in case you want to summon them, so they're not there.
Okay.
What would you like to do? There's nothing here that seems to indicate that it's forbidden, and they did tell you you can kind of just wander around at your leisure.
I have a distinct impression that this is not the best situation to carry a baby around in. Then again, I don't suppose we know of any better options, or what is and isn't safe here. So, this guy's just kinda like zanily flick his wrist and start walking around, looking very chill, baby on his hip.
The baby has sunglasses on and is also vibing.
No, he's just so Sky is going to try to look around and see if there's anything he might have missed, any sort of context, but uh
Sure.
would
Now, give me an investigation check.
hell yeah, now we're talking.
You notice
Nice.
you notice that on the door to the employee sleeping area that there is
What?
the door to the employee sleeping area, which is behind the reception. It's
Ian,
basically.
if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we heard a notice on the door, and then that was it.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me
Yeah.
now? Oh,
I just assumed he stepped away to look at his notes, but it's been a sec.
He
Can
dropped off. I don't
you
know.
hear me?
And that's it for tonight.
Okay.
Oh no, poor
Yeah.
Ian. I hope not.
This is fucking ridiculous. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
yes, go
All
for it,
right.
King.
Good fucking god. I'm gonna fucking kill Cox. All right. Most most anti.
Phrasing.
I know, most anti-gay thing I'm ever gonna say. I'm gonna kill Cox today. So, you notice that on the door to the employee sleeping area, there is a very faint kind of dusting of. There's not even a faint. There is a layer of dust on the doorknob, indicating that no one has touched it in quite some time.
Hmm.
You'll also notice that the floor is made out of stone and whatnot, and you can tell outside is rather dirty and what have you. And you can see there's a mat where people clean their feet, but you can see that there's no trace of dirt or anything on the floor. It seems like no one's been in this particular area in quite some time.
Can Marta would like to look behind the desk, and see what she can find back there because you said there's like a couple ledgers. She wants to just check out if there's anything legible that might be of interest. She is gonna walk up to the reception desk and just be like, "Hello," but for such a nice building, I can't believe there isn't anyone up here. And then she wants to start looking at some of the documents behind the desk.
Give me an investigation check. Uh,
Not
the
bad.
the ledgers just list a variety of taverns and establishments, like deliveries to the tavern in Gujarat, deliveries to the tavern in Mohenjo-daro, deliveries to the tavern in Hadar, and that's about it. Nothing terribly noteworthy here. Although it looks like you have no idea how their calendar works, um, but you can kind of see that the ink has kind of faded on some of the ledgers, and it seems that no one's written down on it in quite some time. I mean, hell, they're actually also covered in a faint trail of dust.
Okay.
Hmm.
Aside from that, there's nothing else noteworthy here. There's like a little bell to ring for service. There's, ink and quill. And yeah, that's about it. Just like little knickknacks and curios. Oh,
Should we try to?
there
Oh,
is a poster on the wall where it shows a cat hanging from a thread, and it says "Hang in there."
oh God.
Those stupid work posters.
Marta looks at it in disgust.
Someone has drawn a mustache on the cat.
Um, Sky would like to see whether or not there are any easily usable drawing implements in the vicinity.
There's a stack of fresh paper and pen and quill and ink.
Sky is going to go for the quill and attempt to give the cat matching luxurious eyebrows.
You doodle on the poster and you give it fantastic set of eyebrows.
To go with the mustache.
That's pretty funny. Volta, anything catch your eye, my dear?
Volta's gonna step back outside,
Okay.
and into the courtyard. Baby's still tied to me for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why it's tied to you. But okay, you know what? Volta has the baby. Volta's
Okay, Sky will go ahead and just...
Oh, now the baby's not being controlled by me.
Oh, weird. Alright, we'll forget it. I guess Sky can keep the baby. There he goes. Slap
No,
that.
no, no! Sky can totally give Volta the baby. Sky has no opinions on the baby or babies at all.
Volta, catch!
Alright.
He knows
Then
not to do that.
then baby and I will now it's not tied to me. Like I gotta select them. But I select them both. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna kind of walk around the courtyard to kind of get a look at the vineyard and see if I see workers working on the vineyard or...
Yeah, you can see that when you came in, the workers were hard at work. Haha. Getting some coconuts off of trees and processing and pruning the trees and stuff, and they're still doing that. They seem to be steadfastly dedicated to it.
Okay. I would like to go question one.
Sure.
And looking for the one that, seems like they might be more or less a supervisor.
The soup.
Yes.
They all seem to be wearing the same exact outfit. There's no external indication that any of them are superior to any of them.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll approach the first one closest to me.
All
Guy
right.
appreciates that they all appear to be in equilibrium.
So use. Okay, so how do you get their attention?
I'll walk up with, a small or a respectful distance between us, but then try and greet them. Everybody speaks Celestial, right?
Everyone speaks Infernal. It's the
Infernal. It's the writing of Celestial. That's right. So in Infernal, I'll try and greet them and Hello, can I ask you some questions?
The guy is at the top of the tree. He's wearing like these little boots to allow him to skulk up the side of it. And he goes, "Yes, mum." And then he slides down, kind of dusts himself off, and says, "How can I help you?"
I am Volta. It is a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you.
I would like to um ask you about the vineyard and the family that owns it. Um uh I'm a little confused just because I see that the the landing, the reception, it looks like people have not used that in a while. Does the family not get visitors?
The man smiles and tells you, "Oh, we haven't visitors in quite some time. It's a little bit out of the way to get here. Usually it's the wagoneers heading out of here on boat and what have you to drop off the wine at the local taverns."
I see. And how long have you been working here?
Hmm. I'd say about 12 cycles.
Cycles like lunar cycles, or
Kind of raises an eyebrow. Oh, I suppose it's so hard to give any calendar differences. He gives you kind of he picks your brain a little bit. You tell him how your calendar works, tells you how his works, and it translates to about 14 years, like 14 365 calendar day years.
okay, so he's been here a while. And thank you. Sorry, I'm new to this land and I'm still learning. Um, so you have been here a while. Has the family changed over time? Did they used to get more visitors back,
Hmm.
many cycles ago?
Well, when the mistress of the house was in, we would get many visitors, but she passed quite some time ago. About 8 cycles. And ever since then, the master has been a little downtrodden. We don't get too many visitors.
Oh, I see, Adam. Uh, then it would seem the family is, or at least the master is, still in mourning.
Yes, we haven't seen him in, I suppose, a few days. I think he went out to the woods in order to reconvene. He does it on occasion. There's a small glade to the east he likes to go to.
Thank you. That is most helpful. Thank you very much. I'm sorry to uh, keep you from your work.
He gives you a kind of faint bow and says, "Oh, not a problem at all." He skulks up the tree and proceeds to continue pruning and preening.
Okay. And I'll return to the others, but just kind of keeping an eye out for that vulture again. And um, the vulture, um, when my divine sense was going, read to me as a humanoid. So I
Yes,
believe the vulture is somebody who transforms or polymorphs or whatever.
a reasonable conclusion.
And I did share that with Marta, but I'll make sure to let Sky know about that too.
Hmm. All right. Interesting.
And then I pass on what I learned from one of the workers.
So essentially, you learned that the master of the house is out trying to regroup and gather himself since his wife passed away. Is that what we found out? Sorry, I got a little.
He was reconvening. Perhaps by that they meant that he was reconvening with his uh, widower, visiting her grave, perhaps. At least that is what I took it as. I could be wrong. But also that this place has not gotten visitors since his beloved had passed 8 cycles ago.
It's like 10 years.
Ah, okay.
All right. What would we like to do now? You've seen the reception area. You've poked and prodded some of the workers outside. There's still a little bit more over here.
Well,
Um,
we
so,
could. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
We could go walk a little further in. I think Marta would like to walk further in. You said there's a door that had a bunch of dust on it, or a doorknob.
Yeah, that is the employee sleeping quarters.
Okay. Well, not knowing necessarily what's back there, I think Marta is gonna just go ahead and, in Karen fashion, go past the reception desk with without
I demand to see your manager.
and go back toward the employee sleeping area and see what she finds back there.
Okay. You open the room, and it's got 3 beds in here. There's stools and everything, and this room is also covered in a very fine layer of dust. It's even on the ground. No one has stepped foot in here in quite some time.
All right, Marta's gonna cough because of her delicate sensibilities to dust. And then, is there anything else that I see that there's some chests. Is that just on the map, or are those things that, is there anything else to see?
No, the
All
chests are there.
right,
Like
well,
some footlockers.
Yeah,
yeah.
they are also have a thin layer of dust. No one has opened them in quite some time either.
I'm gonna go ahead and pop one open.
You open it. It's got changes of clothes in there. There's a small bundle of what seems to be leather tied with silk. I assume you're going to be nosy.
A nice silk is a nice silk. Of course, I'm gonna be nosy. So yeah, let's go ahead and open that up or unravel that a little more.
Okay, you open it up.
I.
Yeah, what's
Oh,
up?
sorry. Go. No, no, go ahead. I was just being silly.
So, you unravel it, and the interior is a very beautiful, finely tailored outfit made of silk, festooned with like what seem to be gemstones, almost like rhinestones on certain aspects of it. At quick glance, you could tell that it seems to be formal wear, which is why it was tucked away, possibly for some kind of event. Seems a person had stashed it away for something.
Oh, all right. Well, I think Marta's definitely going to be impressed by that. She loves a good formal gown, if that's what it is. Is it a gown type formal wear or?
Yeah, it's a gown.
Okay,
It even has a shawl that comes along with it, which is also made out of silk.
okay, can I take it? I
Yeah,
would like
you gotta steal these poor peasants' only valuable. Yeah, go ahead.
everything's covered in dust. They're not using it. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and pocket that because I'd like to make a smock of it later. And yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do for now.
Okay. Sky, what are you up to?
Uh, Sky is going to attempt to prestidigitation to make that cloak she picked up a little less dusty.
Good work. Good work. Yeah. It is
Does she
free.
have any comment on this?
It is free of dust.
Uh, it's free of dust. It looks pretty cool. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna show it to you guys and see if you have anything else to say about it.
Um,
That is pretty.
I thought so too. So yeah, I think I did find this back there. It's quite lovely. As you've probably noticed, everything is covered in dust. So I think until further notice, I'm gonna take this with me for now. Of course, if someone asks for it back, there's nothing I can do, but I'm gonna take it with me for now. Should
Fucking
we?
team.
I know. Should she does not take this world seriously at all. So should we maybe venture on into another hallway, or was there anything else you both wanted to look at while we're here?
I believe we could look around the establishment some more.
Yeah.
All right. Directly ahead of you is a storage room. And over to the right is a hallway which enters into the main dining area. Where would we like to go?
I think the dining area might be interesting.
I'll follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's where March is going. This area right here.
Yep, you can plop yourselves in the dead center of the room. Suits of armor line the walls, and you can see casks of wine and a large table setting. This room is also covered in a faint trail of dust, but you can see that there is evidence of foot traffic here. It seems people have been from and exiting from the basement, which is the top right one over there, and seemingly going out of this door down to the south, down this hallway over here to the southeast outside. So I can just draw. I'm just gonna draw a fucking line. Hold on a second. The fuck is it? Where's the draw thingy? Is this squiggles? Here we go. There we go. Perfect. So they go from here and they go down here. That is the path that it looks like. The other one, the basement says do not enter without family present. There is an upstairs that says do not enter without family present. And the room to your east, you can see, says Gounder Family Mausoleum. It has a big iron door, and it has a lock on it made of silver.
I'd like to look at what this leads to, if it's just like a little like closet or something.
You can see there's a small plaque that says Gounder Family Private Quarters. Do not enter without escort or permission.
Okay.
It
So we'd
says,
have to summon the family.
or you could be weird. You know, it's a sign, not a cop. Or you could just go upstairs.
But the Volta is respectful.
I'm inclined to go upstairs, but Sky is definitely like not. Sky is pretty chill right now. Sky has no. Absent of any strong intuition or instruction, Sky is just gonna keep looking until he finds something. And that's wherever you guys want to go.
All right. You have the locked mausoleum to the east. You have the basement and the upstairs area, both which say you require an escort. You can see that there is a large rope with a bell on it to the right. It seems to indicate to summon attention to this room.
Hmm. Do we want to summon the family and see about looking around some more?
Seems like a good idea to go in with someone who's been here at all.
Yes, I concur. I think it would be a good idea to have an escort.
Okay, I'll pull on the rope and ring for attention.
Ding, ding, ding. After a few minutes, God damn it, I still have that stupid thing selected. Come on, son of a bitch. Here we go.
Where did that squiggle come from?
Oh my god. Ha ha ha. So, the two brothers approach Kevin and Nathan and go, yes. What would you like to see?
Um, as a quick question, I have unfortunately learned of your, I presume, mother's passing from um, a few, uh, you know, many cycles ago. Um, I perhaps just wanted to, um, is she in the mausoleum? I would love to pay respects. And
They both look at each other, and then they look forward at you and say, "Unfortunately, Father does not like anyone entering the mausoleum."
mm, that is understandable. Um, then I shan't bother about it. But yes, we were uh, wanting to look in the cellar or downstairs.
Yes.
Also, unfortunately, the basement is undergoing some very extensive renovations at the present moment, so it's inaccessible. But if you wish, you're welcome to explore the upper parts of the house. You're more than welcome to take the stairs.
All right, and then yeah, that's uh, if you would guide us upstairs, I would love to know uh, get a proper tour of the establishment.
Oh, I believe you can manage with the upper rooms. Just please be mindful of the third story. It is our dear mother and sister's room, and it's been preserved to honor their memory. So take delicate care of that. But we trust that you'll be accommodating to our family and its things. By all means, you can avail yourselves of the upper floor without any escort. My brother and I have a few things we need to attend to. Seems one of the workers has injured himself getting far too many coconuts.
Oh,
Mm.
well, I wish you well, and thank you for um, your candor.
You're more than welcome. And oh, God damn it, did the stupid line thing again. And they skulk outside. They take the same route previously. They go out to the southeast.
Well, that is interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're
So
now.
should we go down to the cellar, ladies? I know it's under construction. Or should we go upstairs? What do we feel like doing?
Um,
I'm sorry, not ladies. Um,
yeah,
because
I
Sky,
mean, I'm a lady. Yeah.
no, I know, but Sky I thought was never mind. Whatever.
I mean, Sky definitely has shifted between masculine and feminine
I
forms.
see. I'll
Sky
just
has
take
a lot going on. There's a lot moving and shaking there with Sky.
got it.
Guy's also
Uh,
not helping. Like, if you say any of this in character, he's just like not responding,
all
Okay.
just
right.
listening to you as you.
I've heard it all before.
Uh, but let's.
Perhaps.
So I apologize one more time out of character for your dumbest warlock.
What?
We're investigating the death of the wife of the guy who owns this estate, right?
No.
No,
No.
the guy that was running the tavern or inn in the city that we were visiting 2 sessions ago. Um, and uh, we were investigating why his wife, right? Uh, why, how and why she passed.
Hmm. And she was here recently. It's a very thin lead, but it's all we have to go on. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
And
Okay.
she died of a fungal infections
Yeah.
type. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So that's what
um,
we're looking for. So we're looking for.
Fungus related things.
yes. Um, perhaps I could explore upstairs, and perhaps you two could um investigate the cellar, and perhaps I can, keep some attention on me upstairs.
I'd be happy to go into the cellar. I can be very quiet and I enjoy going places I'm not wanted actually. So I'm happy to uh see what I can suss out. That is usually where you will find fungally type things anyway.
Indeed.
Um, Sky like kind of bites his lip, and he almost looks like he's about to offer an opinion or look like he's bothered by something. But then he doesn't and just says, "Sure, let's go to the cellar." I'm
uh,
not scared at
Uh,
all or concerned whatsoever.
all right. So
are, are
Sky,
you alright, Sky?
Peachy.
It
He's gonna
looks
wink.
like okay. I will make my way upstairs with the baby.
okay, perfect. So let's do the cellar one really quick before we go back to Volta.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Sky,
It gives me a chance to grab a drink.
yeah, go ahead. Sky and
Mhm.
Marta, how are you going to go into the basement?
Uh, is there not stairs that were leading to the basement, or were they blocked off in some way?
There's a sign. There's just like a sign in a rope that says "Do not enter."
It's just a rope.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Sky is going to a little silly with it. He'll trot up ahead of Martha a bit and take off his hat with a flourish and say, "Well, good thing I can't read," pointing at the sign. And then, like, "After you, ma'am."
Marta loves that and steps very happy and pleasantly into the stairs for the cellar.
All
He
right.
will put his hat back on immediately afterwards, but yes. And then he'll follow suit.
You go down the northwestern staircase and find yourself in a kind of small dirt path. It rounds the bend, revealing a kind of small storage area. There is a locked door to the east. What would we like to do? Oh, you
So
hear the sound of commotion somewhere within range, but you can't pin it down. It seems to be muffled by a variety of doors and hallways and what have you.
is it like voices commotion or like clanking material like machinery or something?
Clinking, banging, like construction sounds.
Okay,
You
okay,
even you even hear the cat calls. Like it's very authentic.
okay, okay. And the door is locked to get in, the nearest door to us?
Yes.
Hmm. Can I like investigate the lock a little bit and see if it's like, can I tinker with it or try to just, poke at it and see if it's something I can easily overcome or
You can see that it's one of those deadbolt latches, and it's latched on the other side. But the door, probably because of the humidity and everything in here, has kind of warped and disfigured over time. And there seems to be enough wiggle room that you might be able to undo the latch from the other side if you had some kind of stick or something.
hmm.
Hmm. Uh, Sky is going to, first things first, just like immediately look around for anything that seems fungal and or amiss. Just while we're in here, anything that might be spooky.
Give me investigation.
I'm trying to do the re-click thing. I guess that's not.
Ooh. You don't. It's kind of dark in here. You can't get a good bead on what's going on. The only light is filtering through the door, and it's meager.
Hmm.
Um, okay. So it's kind of warm down there. There's not much light, and there's not much light. Okay. Can I use Mage Hand to unlatch the door from the other side?
Yeah, you can. You cast it, and you unlatch the door. You see on the other side what looks like a small workers' break room. There's like a supervisor's desk with some papers and a dagger on it. You can see that there's like cups of coffee, and they're cold and they're kind of moldy. Seems they've been here a while.
Hey, mold.
That is more.
I said that out loud.
Yeah, it is. I
The
wonder.
clanging stops.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Oh.
You hear the sound of creatures' footsteps approaching your location. What would you like to do?
I'm looking
The
quickly.
consequences. Um, let's see. Yeah, let me look too.
Just go full Scooby Doo and hide in barrels. There's like crates and stuff lying around.
I mean, I was about to suggest it because I'm looking at all my stuff to see if I'm like have anything that would be particularly good at hiding, and sure don't.
Yeah, I don't really either. Let's get in the barrels.
Yeah, we'll just I mean, it's not unreasonable to think there might be an empty container of some kind, shipping crate or whatever nearby, right?
Yep. You pop open two
Right.
of the crates. It seems that they were full of wine bottles that have been placed on the nearby shelves, and they just didn't move the crate. You slip in, you shut the lid. You hear the sound of a variety of creatures come in. You're welcome to roll perception.
Both of us should roll.
Yeah. Whoa, not a good
Oh
day.
no!
Not a good day for Bitcoin. Marta, you conclude that there are about 4 creatures enter the room. They kind of silently seem to have scrutinized the area. They left and they relatched the door, and you hear them move something, and then there's silence.
And we couldn't tell what type of creatures?
No, you couldn't see them because you're sealed inside a box.
Okay. So they latched it. They went onto the other side and they latched it shut again and moved something in front of the door, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. You wait a few minutes for it to die down. Then I imagine you leave the crates.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
This is me now. I am the crate. I feel so safe in here. It's like the womb. All right,
Yeah.
so you exit and you see that they have propped a large crate in front of the door, and they have relatched it and propped up a bar to prevent it from being opened. It seems they fortified the hell out of it.
Well, it seems that is a problem for after we figure out what's going on in here. So, Sky is going to try to take a closer look at those wine bottles.
They list the various vintages and what have you around here, like a coconut wine, it's like a coconut champagne. There's like a mango liqueur and a variety of other stuff. All the bottles are empty though. This seems to be where they store some of them before getting moved on to manufacturing.
That's what he's looking. He's looking for anything. He's still one track mind on anything fungal or that may be amiss. So, is there something funky in the bottom of the bottles if they're empty? Or is this. Uh, he's still definitely looking first and foremost for signs of decay.
Okay. Give me a investigation check. All right. When the creatures move the objects around in the exterior, they unblock some of the sources of light from the other rooms, so it actually lets some more stuff in here. And you can see that there's a kind of faint trace of an almost lilac kind of powder, kind of on the ground near the door. It seems to have been disturbed from when they moved the crates. You're welcome to roll nature.
I believe I shall.
Uh, definitively spores. They seem to be inert though.
Mm. Hmm.
Where's a sport druid when you need one?
I know, right?
Oh, really?
I'd be like, oh man, spores. If only somebody knew something about spores. Like, spores druid crack their knuckles. Finally, I've waited long for this day.
Uh, so Sky is going to have kind of a like just a cursory uh cover his nose, but not like clamp it tight. Just more of like see if he can like smell or breathe any differently. Basically just a very quick test for am I immediately about to die or is this just regular ass mold?
With your nature check, you determine that the spores are inert and they are not a danger to you at present. Though you should probably not like snort them or something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right. Do we have anything that like we could scrape it into or something, like a container of some sort?
Oh man, if only there was like bottles in this room, but now that's impossible.
Oh my God.
Sky is going to attempt to. Well, no. Sky is going to look at Marta for at least 1 minute to see if she wants to steal something first.
Oh, from the like some wine or something? Well, let's see. Wasn't there a coconut wine or something like that?
Like before he attempts to make away with the sample, he's just going to see if Marta does it first,
Oh, okay. Well,
or
I'm just
wants to
gonna
steal wine.
I imagine Marta notices Sky staring and kind of
Mart.
rubbing their chin at the spores on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I wonder what those are.
Marta's gonna cross her arms and stare right back and be like, "You want me to handle spores? I don't think so."
They're not even
Um,
my color.
yeah. And we're just gonna continue this staring contest until I win.
3 hours passed.
He's looking at the spores, not like into her eye. Oh, I know it. Into her eyes is funnier. We can keep that. So he suddenly find himself looking into her eyes, and he's like, "Oh, okay, interesting. Bet." So anyway, and he's going to look for the. So how? What are the sizes of these wine bottles?
750 milliliters. You can see that there's some smaller ones that seem to be sample size. They're like the size of, they're like a pint. Um, you can see that there's pipettes and a bunch of other things around here and testing equipment and an alchemy set in the corner, which actually has, corked, stopped, like, those test tubes with corks on them. So,
Oh, are
yeah.
they empty?
Yeah, they're all empty. You can see that they use it to test the wine for other stuff, and it seems the guy hasn't used them in a while.
Do you have a favorite flavor of these wines?
I was partial to coconut wine back home, so was that was an option, I believe.
Yeah, coconut wine was there.
This guy is then going to turn around and attempt to take one of the sample tubes and use his. I mean, you can use like any of these items to scrape a little spore off, a little spore, but scrape a little something off.
All right. Ugh. Just give me a dex check. Just don't critically fail this. My
Yeah.
sleight
Oh,
of
look,
hand.
small knife.
You scrape some of it off of, seems to have congealed at the bottom of the door. Give me a dex check. Sleight of hand. There we go. Perfect. You scrape it in there. You cork it off, and just for good measure, there's a small bottle of alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, and you sanitize your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And you can add one fungus sample to your inventory.
All right, I shall do that.
All right. Are you goons done down here, or you want to fuck up and do something else?
I think I'm good down here, and would be more than happy to get out of the humid basement and go upstairs.
Okay, are we gonna go join Volta at the top floor?
Yeah, let's do it.
Uh,
Okay.
Volta, I imagine, is still on the ground floor, looking at the rope, wondering if she can betray her morals and actually barge upstairs despite having permission, or she can take another tack.
Hey, they said I could go upstairs, so I'm going upstairs.
All right, let me tee up that map really quick, and then I need to take a minute break because I have to use the privy. So I'll be
Okay.
right back. Go ahead and look around, and I'll be back in a minute. Tell me what you want to investigate when I get back. Everything on the map is what you see, 1-to-1.
I am attempting to figure out how to add a fungal sample to my inventory, or add anything at all.
Maybe as a custom item or something?
Maybe. I might have to ask him when he gets back.
All right, I'm back. What the? You burn the entire place to the ground?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to add the item to my inventory.
There's no item called fungus. Just like write down in your journal 1 vial of fungus or
Okay.
something. Yeah, just do that.
Cool, got it.
All right. We are now on the second floor. Everything you see lies before you. What would we like to do?
I would like to look
Lick.
at the east room.
All right. Let me see what the hell I put here. The same thing. The area is covered in thin, kind of dusting. You enter into the room, and it seems to be the master's bedroom. There's portraits of the older man, Vikram, in here, as well as a portrait of him and his wife that's more stately, kind of on the northern end of the room. You can see that there's actually markings in the ground, like someone has been in here recently. But the markings come from the window, go towards a bedside table, and then exit out the window again.
I'm going to investigate the markings.
So they're like footprints in the dust, something like that.
Out of character
Okay.
rumor question, I have added a journal entry. How do I save it?
Okay,
Oh,
so
it's there, I guess. Okay. Sorry.
there we
Continue.
go. Baby, probably not cursed.
These are Sky's thoughts, alright?
Baby automatically sus. All right, Volta, you immediately tell that these are like footprints. They're humanoid in shape. It seems they're wearing a boot, and they go from the window to the bedside dresser.
I'm going to look at the bedside dresser.
Give me an investigation check.
Mm.
Wow.
Let's see if you beefed it. Wow. Okay. Do you want to?
I'm going to use some inspiration.
Sure. Go ahead. Well, you roll flat on this.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. You open the drawer and see that it's kind of covered in a variety of nonsense, but you notice that the depth of the drawer is off. You kind of fumble around with it, and you hear a faint pop, and you open it, revealing a journal in a hidden section under the drawer.
I will snatch up the journal, quickly put it in my bag, and put everything back the way I found it.
Perfect. Give me. I'll just give that to you. I'm going to put it in your inventory. It is called Hidden Journal.
Huh?
There we go. And you are welcome to read it. Now, while Volta reads that, what would everyone else like to do? Aside from get into trouble and cause trouble.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was where did Volta just come from? I'm so sorry. I was just sitting back down.
She went to the east, I guess you two. It'd be funny if you two just watched her do this and offered no assistance whatsoever. You're like, that's her. She's the one using her eyes. That's not on us.
Yeah. So she was in the bedroom then.
Yes, you can
Mhm.
see to the west is a kind of parlor receiving area, and then the staircase goes up to the third floor, which you know is the room of the mother mother and sister who passed a few cycles ago.
Hmm.
So, what would you like to do?
Oh, whoops, sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I was talking. We didn't see Volta pick up the journal.
I don't know. You were watching her, I guess. I guess if you weren't, you just politely waited for her to snoop in that room.
I mean, I assumed that like Sky was, just kind of following behind and watching whatever Volta's doing, since she seems to be most likely holder of the brain cell at any given time.
This is true.
So he's either reading over her shoulder or like, just right there waiting for her to say whatever it is out loud. Like,
Okay, Volta, do you start reading the journal with these two just like leering over your shoulder like meerkats?
Yeah.
Very quietly, yes, because I don't want to draw the attention of
Okay,
the family.
I will post the journal so that you all can read it, and hopefully it doesn't give me any bullshit. Okay, perfect.
ooh.
Okay. Let's see.
I have returned from Gujarat after the request of the Empress Antoinette. It was a simple matter of educating justice. Yet another of the plebeians has failed to pay their taxes, and it was simply a matter of collection. I have returned home to find my son strangely eager to develop the latest batch of liqueurs. Quite the commotion in the basement. My sons have told me that they're renovating to allow for greater efficiency. They showed me plans for firmer distillers made of steel, no less. I was most impressed. The workers have been moving with the grace and efficiency I have not seen in years. I adore watching their movements on the balcony. My sons insist I sample their new brews, but I was never one for the drink. My sons have become less virulent in their insistence I sample the brew. Again I refuse, and they nearly fall upon me. I struck them swiftly, and they seem to have come to their sense. I am writing this in haste, clever in case some clever creature finds this journal. Something has taken over my sons and the workers. I will take to the skies. If you see a vulture, know it is me. Follow me, and I shall seek your services to rid whatever curse has fallen upon my sons and workers.
Hmm.
Oh, so we might want to go talk to that vulture again.
Uh, and I believe I saw it fly southeast when it left.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, actually, it flew east. I reviewed the footage.
Oh, straight east. Oh, okay. I went to
Hmm.
the security room, watched the cameras.
We have
Um,
a vulture going east without flight authorization. Fire the anti-aircraft guns.
Nancy Railgun, just like border control in the future. Fire the anti, just vaporize people.
Hmm.
well, after hearing that, Marta is going to say how relieved she is that she didn't try one of the batches of wine down in the cellar. Um, it does seem suspicious that they were pushing that on their father.
Hmm.
Well,
Oh
Is there
gosh.
anything else in this room?
I'm
Sweet.
dying. Okay, let me scroll up. There's a parlor to the west. If you walk in there, there's really only one noteworthy thing. There's a small statue of a vulture at the center of the room, with the vulture coiled around a glass sphere.
Hmm.
hmm.
Right. Martha is going to take a look at that.
You're
and
gonna
walk
fucking
over
steal it, aren't you?
to the. I might pick it up and see how heavy it is.
It probably weighs like a
Um,
good. It's pretty big. It's like life size. It's like half the size of like a vulture, so it weighs probably a good like 30 or 40 pounds because of the glass sphere.
okay, well, she's not an idiot. She's definitely not going to be able to carry that around with her. So she will look at it though and admire it and see if there's anything that might be worth seeing on this statue. If not, she wants to set it down and suggest to the others that we go upstairs.
Okay, give me an investigation check if you are going to look at the statue.
Yeah. Hold on.
Do you touch it while you investigate it?
She does. She tips it like just a little bit. Not
Uh,
enough to knock it over.
what do you think?
Uh-oh.
What are you thinking about when you're holding the statue?
How much she wants to go home. And she's just curious because a vulture was mentioned in the diary as well. So, a couple different thoughts.
While you are thinking of going home and touching the statue and thinking this, you hear a voice in your head that says, "The outcome is good."
Okay. She's going to be like, wow, that was crazy. Um, but she's definitely going to feel a little better. She is going to also let the others know um, about the statue and what just happened.
Mm.
Interesting.
I just had the strangest thing happen to me. I'm gonna go because Sky, you're with Volta right now, right? You're in that room as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of step back in shock, maybe with a sort of a smile on my face because I feel like that means I'm going home soon or something. And I'm gonna run and tell the others about the statue and that I just touched it and I can't believe it, but I just got the strangest feeling and heard a voice that said that the outcome would be good. So maybe you should touch it too. So yeah, that's
What else did the voice tell you?
that was it. Right? That was it.
Yeah, the outcome is good.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, Volta will go and check. Touch it. Think about if she will find a home here.
Let me read this really quick. Hmm. It says, "That is for you to decide."
Thinking about it, I'll gently take the hand of the baby and press it's a key, right?
A key?
A he
Yeah, that's a man child. Yes.
uh put gently, hold his arm and put his hand on it.
Ooh.
You see the baby make this kind of scrunched face, and then it starts clapping its hands and cooing.
Wait, how old is it?
It's like 6 months or something.
It's not clapping it. Never mind. Whatever. It's Magic Land. Okay.
Well, it's Magic Land. It's not entirely human anyway. He's
Yeah. Cool. Rolling with it.
something.
Rolling with it. I got this.
I'll smile down at him and then uh like gently rub his head in a soothing way and uh walk out.
The baby goes back to sleep. Sky, do you want to touch the magic statue?
I was going to look at it.
Uh,
Somewhat Huh?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Okay. You know where I'm going with that?
Uh,
I feel like
you
the
you've seen one of these before. It is a statue of augury.
Hmm.
You can think of something, touch the statue, and it will give you a deterministic outcome of how those events will transpire.
Um, Sky is going to start thinking of this before he touches it. You know, he knows how these work. And he's going to start thinking, like, really focusing on uh, we are going to solve. No. We are going to. Nah, fuck it. We're gonna solve this mystery. Like, specifically referring to the guy's dead wife.
Okay, and you're gonna place your hand on the statuette.
Mm-hmm.
Outcome is good.
He's not gonna be able to
all signs
resist
point to
unless.
yes.
Huh?
All signs point to yes.
He's not gonna be able to resist unless somebody, like, basically jumps in with "we have to go now." He's gonna try to hold the whole thing a second time. You know, lean back, change the thought, and then touch it again.
Nothing happens.
With. Wait, what?
When you touch the statuette for a second time, nothing happens.
Damn, because that was the time he was wondering if they had any chance of not getting screwed over if they stole the statuette.
That would have been pretty funny.
You always think of that afterwards, right?
Damn.
Steal the magic statue. That's a good idea. All right.
Not
Well, now that we have all divined the future, is there anything else we'd like to do?
Is there stairs to go up to the third floor?
Yep. They're in the dead center of the map. They're kind of hard to see. You can see them right there.
Yeah. I'm gonna head up a floor. I'm gonna try and look for the daughter's room.
All right. Let me.
I'm gonna follow.
Yep.
Let me load up that map.
These.
This map is so large. I needed to adjust the gradient on this.
Hmm.
Now, there's Marta catnip in here, and let's hope that she falls for the bait.
All right. Is it a closet?
Damn, how did you know?
A wardrobe.
You go through it, and it's like, bam, now it's a Narnia campaign. Deal with
Oh,
Well,
God.
it.
I don't want to eat Turkish delight.
No one likes Circus Delight.
I had the first time the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a friend made it, and it's like rose and pistachio flavored. It was actually rather lovely. It was sticky, but lovely.
Yeah, I don't know why people moan about it. It's actually pretty good. All right, so everything in here is neat and orderly. You can see the effects of a middle-aged woman and a young woman. There's bangles and perfume bottles and small books of poetry strewn about. And the Marta catnip is strewn over the top of the bed. It is a dress made out of mithril. You can see it faintly glinting from the sunlight pouring through the windows.
holy shit.
Wow. Well. I actually am having a problem with the map. I don't know if anyone else is having that problem, but I can't see anything.
Oh, you can't see it?
I can.
No, I might try to restart or refresh my page really quick. One
Yeah,
second.
refresh really quick. I really hope that she tries to steal the owner of this house's dead wife's dress, because that is
Oh my
gonna
God, there's
definitely go great when you meet him. He's gonna love that.
Great.
Okay, well, we have to assess the garment first, see if it's even something I'd want.
Are you really a
Okay.
winner? I mean, it is silver.
Wow.
All right. Okay, I've got it.
Devastating. That's how you kill a player character. Just insult their fashion sense. Oh my god.
Um,
Side note. Can you see it now?
yeah, I can.
I think the next time I use power word kill on someone, I'm just gonna point at them and go contour your neck, and then you're gonna die instantly.
Oh, God, I love it.
Great.
You
No,
could
I put
say,
it in. I swear I did, and then you just dropped dead. Okay, so you see what you see before you.
mhm.
The area has a kind of calm elegance about it. This room is actually not dusty. It's actually quite clean. You can see there is a large stone embedded into the roof. It is about a foot wide. It seems to look like quartz or pearl or something of that nature. There's perfume bottles, poetry, small journals kind of stacked around, various jewelry, bangles. There's a closet. There's also a bathroom, which has a tub and a bunch of other little nonsense in there. Uh, nail clippers, other beauty stuff. And yeah, and of course
Can we live there? Just kidding.
yeah, I know, right? And of course the mithril dress, which is draped over the bed.
That
Does,
sounds
does,
so cool,
does
though.
it does. Does the room seem? I'm sorry. So the facts that we know, the mother died. It is the daughter. Did the daughter die as well? I don't
Yeah,
think she
that's
did.
what brought us here. That's what brought us
Oh,
here.
oh, that was the daughter that died back in the village. That was the wife of. Is that right? Or
Yeah, the wife of the tavern owner who wanted us to come and
okay,
figure out, who wanted us to investigate the death of his wife,
Okay,
who
let me
was the
square
daughter
this up
here.
because people have this a little bit backwards. So
Do I?
yeah, a little bit. So the guy, the Thakor, the Baron of the previous city, his wife and daughter died. This guy, the leader of this area, his name is Vikram Gounder. These are his mother, his wife, and his daughter, Srisha and Madhu Gounder. They're separate.
Okay.
But it is kind of curious that these two guys have the same thing in common, where their daughters are dead and their wives are dead.
Okay. All right, I
Great.
did get that mixed up, but still.
Yeah,
Uh,
you got the general beats, and you can tell that there's a certain reverence to this area, and it is supernaturally clean in here. There's not a mote of dust in here.
ooh, fascinating. Sky is gonna ponder that real quick. He's gonna have a blonde moment or blue hair moment while I go grab the laundry.
Okay.
yeah. If you could
Okay.
Be right
give
back.
me a second too, please.
What was that?
If I could just take a second as well, please.
Let's take a fiver. We'll come back at the 50 mark.
Okay.
Everyone urinate, get your beverages due. All right, welcome back, everybody. We have procured our combustibles, and we are careening back to action with the very important question of: is Marta gonna steal this fucking dress?
Let's find out, everybody. Okay. Well, I guess Marta will walk in and notice the, eyes immediately drawn to the dress. She does notice, however, and she's very accustomed to dealing with wealthy merchant class type people in her line of work. And while she had no qualms stealing a servant's formal wear, she does hesitate a little to rifle through this particular room. But that
Seriously?
dress, she's such a bad person. She's so bad right now. Okay. But she will pick the dress up. She will go ahead and do that. And uh she wants to see if there's anything of notable on the dress. Can you please describe the dress again, Ian?
Okay, I'm trying to think of something really classy. Um, it's a long gown. It has an excellent and has an excellent drape on it. Very form fitting. Just think of, you know what? I'm just not. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find something really quick.
And it's not that Marta, wants to steal it. It's just that it's a cute dress that would look even cuter on her.
This is true.
God damn, there used to be like a subreddit where they just had like the most dope fucking.
And don't forget that Marta, while you're thinking of ways to describe the dress, is an autumn. So,
Well, the dress
and I
is silver because it's made out of mithril. So congratulations, Autumn's blown the fuck out. This is a winner. This is a winner fan club. Okay, so just think like your prototypical like little black dress, a little bit classier. You're not jerking dudes off in Manhattan for $10,000 an hour. You're better than that. You charge 20.
Wow.
It's got a good drape. Yeah, it goes over from the shoulder with a little bit of a flourish. I do not know how to describe. I used to be able to describe clothing well, but not anymore because I no one.
length, neckline.
The neckline, a chaste Christian neckline, a very
Ugh,
modest droop goes down to the collarbones, just shows off the collarbones, like God intended. And it is mildly above the knee, mildly above the knee.
well, I think you might have described a dress that Marta would find tacky, to be totally honest. But the material is lovely. She is going to turn it a couple of times in the light and look at it and put it down and maybe pick it up later. She has to think about this one. I
You
think
got a
in
stupid later. Like, God, what is with you?
I have taste. Okay. Um, I think she at that point. Well, you know what? Actually, I just back up a little bit. I want to show it to the other two and just say, "What do you think?"
I love the material. It is not the fashion I've seen before.
Said out it a
Unfor-
few times. You just very nonchalantly say, cursed.
Definitely cursed.
yes, yes. I'm not sure if it's something my clients would enjoy or myself personally. Let me leave it here. And then I will put it back down for now. I'm not saying I'm not going to take it. But is there anything else to see or of note in the room? You said that this is a bedroom, so there should be some drawers. I kind of want to go through her other clothes and see what kind of taste this woman really has.
Oh my fucking god. You thumb through her closet, and it's extremely well put together haute couture. All right.
Okay.
Is it
Is there
Clank?
anything else? Any like books or paperwork or anything?
There's like some journals lying around and poetry books and things of that nature.
Well, I think that Marta, for just a little character growth moment, is going to admire a well put together closet. She loves a good matching set. But I think that in an effort, because her interest is piqued at this point, to find out a little more, she wants to go investigate the journal.
All right. You open up the journal, I guess, to a random entry, and it just describes kind of her Srisha's day-to-day motions around here. Um, Apparently she got sick. Let me Google the. Goddamn. Let's give her something classically 1800s to die from, shall we? And I think you already know what disease I'm googling. Like,
Probably.
Consumption?
huh?
Consumption?
Yep. Good.
Tuberculosis?
Yep. Good old TB. She died from TB. You could tell from the entries and everything. She was dying from TB. The warm climate around here kind of helped her a little bit, but she unfortunately succumbed to the consumption.
Uh-oh.
And since her and her daughter shared the same room, they both succumbed to it. And yeah, unfortunately. And of course, there's the outfits of a courtly lady of around the age of a debutante, also around here too. Clearly not as regal as her mother's stuff, of course. I mean, she has to stay on top somehow, but still some pretty decent stuff.
Okay. Is there anything in the bathroom area? I would like to go into the um powder room and see if there's anything interesting in there.
Might shock you, but there is powder in the powder room. There's also perfumes, creams, and eau de toilettes, and a variety of other stuff. They're all untouched in
Mm,
various states of use.
okay, okay.
But anyone else want to scrutinize anything?
Um, even though we have a pretty clear explanation of what happened, Sky is nonetheless undeterred and is going to search for signs of mold, fungal growth, or anything decaying differently than it should be or anything out of place.
Go ahead and give me an investigation roll. Let's see what we got here. Let's see how bad you beefed this. Oh wow, never mind. You look around and the room is pristine. It is ridiculously clean. You determine that the source is the stone in the roof. It is prestidigitating everything in here. There's no fungus, no mold, no nothing. It's very clean.
Nice.
All right, Marta will have a Marta moment. I Marta is Marta can't help herself with the dress, so she wants to try it on, actually.
Oh my
Um
god, why are you like this? Like,
and she's gonna go ahead and just she doesn't really care. She's grown up around disrobed people her whole life, so she's just gonna get naked really quick in front of both of you. And she is going to, in true uh costumer or what have you, seamstress style, just go ahead and put the dress on, and see how it fits. It's more of a fit thing. She wants to see, what she wants to get a better feel, I guess, for who this person might have been. It's also a nice dress. It sounds like a lovely material, and wants to feel it on how it feels on the body. So she's gonna try the dress on.
it fits seamlessly.
Okay.
It seems to almost almost adapt to your form. Perfectly snug.
Volta will give an approving nod. You wear it well. Or it wears you well.
Um, I nervously she says, "I'm not sure which either." All right.
That seems to be my predicament. She looks looking down at her own armor.
Soon,
All right.
soon you'll get something nicer.
And you said that the daughter and the mother passed away 10 years ago, or
Yeah,
or was it more
about 10
recently?
years ago.
Okay. God, I'm trying to have a character arc with Marta. Okay, like
Yeah.
I guess she'll take the dress off, not wanting to necessarily wear it in full fashion. And she will go ahead and take it, but she would like to slide it into her satchel or whatever's with her.
Oh my god, you're gonna take his goddamn dead wife's dress?
Oh my god! After so much insistence, yes.
Alright, fine, you're gonna steal it.
I mean, when the DM inceptions the idea into your head.
This is true.
Don't you dare do
Goodness.
the thing I said that you could do multiple times.
All right. I'll take it knowing that no one has used it in 10 years and that it's such a unique garment that it needs to be shown off and loved.
Actually, I'm changing what it looks like.
I was about to be like, and adjusted, for your taste.
My taste, yes.
It
Floor
looks
length.
it looks like this. I'm desperately trying to find something that matches what I want, but it is a pain in the ass.
Okay, wow. Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's silver?
Yes.
Okay, so just like silver is not Marta's color, but she'll take it.
You stuff this enormous poofy dress into your back somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
You can feel the scornful gaze of God looking down upon you.
I'm fine with that.
Actually, okay, we're gonna do a quick poll. Let me see here. It can look like one of these two, whichever one you think looks radder.
Probably the poofy one. I like the poofy one personally better.
Yeah,
And I think Marta would too.
yeah,
Same.
yeah. The poofy one is incredible, but that's a clean cut. That's a clean cut.
The other one is business wear.
No, that's yeah. I killed a man in cold blood to push cocaine. What are you talking about?
Oh, you
When
so
you-
little Scarface.
All right, now is there anything
See,
else?
this is kind of what I was imagining.
Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm glad we're getting down to the nitty gritty on this. Yeah, like
Because I was
Wait,
Thinking something more like what what Lilith posted.
yeah, I like
Because
that.
I'm like Bethel dress. I was thinking, Galadriel from Lord of the Rings, just something kind of like that.
can I
Okay.
post really quick what I was imagining?
Yeah, everyone posts what you thought it looked like.
Okay.
Because apparently I'm bad. Oh my god.
I mean, that first one is not a bad pick. It's very cute.
Okay, I really like this one. I like the leaf motif on the shoulder piece, and it's got a good drape. Oh, that's rad!
Oh yes.
Oh,
I always loved that look.
okay,
What is
that,
it from?
A swan
It's
princess.
from the Swan Princess, yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly
What's that?
that's exactly what it looks like. That's the bad bitch dress you just stole.
There you go. Okay.
SJ, if you haven't seen, just a quick out of character aside, if you haven't seen The Swan Princess, you should totally watch it. Like, even though it's very nostalgic for 90s kids, it's still
Yeah.
I think holds up.
It really is. I watched it like 20 times as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's
I
a
love Swan Princess.
Disney. Then.
It's
It has-
Disney-esque, but it's not Disney.
It actually
Okay,
has like
anyway.
a crazy history to it, like for as far as
Yeah.
like the writer and the illustrators too. But it's too much to go into right now.
Sorry. Okay, interesting.
I bet Luan is like, what the fuck is going on? Why is everyone posting outfits? Like,
Yeah. This is what happens when you get, people who enjoy fashion, like, into your D&D game. People are like, what does it look like, though? All the boy players just being like, it's a metal dress. Like, who fucking cares? And it's like, it matters, okay? Like,
Absolutely matters. Okay.
all right, we're doing
am I slaying? Okay.
power word slay. Power word drip.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I love that. Hold on,
Okay.
I'm gonna put that in the chat for what everybody missed.
Okay, we're doing one more outfit, and then we're getting back to this. Look at the power on this motherfucker.
That was pretty good.
Okay, now let's actually get back to the game. So talking about cloaks.
that is like, that takes somebody with a lot of like self-confidence to wear, and if they have enough, they'll pull that shit off. Like,
The outfit is so powerful that based on the positioning of the hands of the mannequin, you can feel the gravitas from here. That's how base this outfit is.
It is giving me like folk dance, like like
yeah, like between like
Russian folk dancing.
It's a
or something.
yeah, there you go.
It's a late 1800s gym outfit for women, apparently. Because when you went to the
Oh
gym, you had to
wow.
have like just insane drip, like just.
I want to
Oh
wear
my
that to the
god.
gym right
Yeah.
now today.
Oh, there goes Margaret with her. Oh my word, what is she wearing? People's faces just start to fucking melt.
I like the two little balls on the end of the thing. Like, what is the use of that in the gym? But
I,
also, who
I,
cares?
I don't care. It looks fucking rad. And the shoes. Look at those fucking shoes. Got those fucking J 1899s. Know what I'm talking about? All right, let's get back to the game. Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's enough drip for now. So, and after the session, I will post the subreddit where I found them all in because it's fucking fantastic. It took me a million years to find. So, Marta has just violated a sacred space because that's just what that bitch does. And what would we like to do? There is nothing else of note in this room unless someone else wants to investigate something else.
Well, we certainly can't stay very long.
Yeah, you should probably
No.
leave.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go downstairs. I have looked into everything I want to look into in this room. So
Just
I'm gonna
imagine if you decided to walk down in that dress.
As you leave the room, the drip detector goes off. Beep, 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 beep.
Marta's
Okay,
not that big of an idiot. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
you sure about that?
Yeah, really.
All right,
Honestly.
so what would we like to do now? You can tell that the vulture you saw earlier is actually an erstwhile ally. You know he went to the east, and you also know that Vikram, the man who the vulture is, likes to go to a glade that is to the east of this location.
Yep.
I believe we are next due east.
We should take our leave soon. And try not to draw attention to ourselves.
All right, how do we want to head out east?
Yeah. How should we leave? Should we talk to the brothers before leaving? Try to leave cordially, or
Give it a try. I don't know that they'll have much to say to us, but I suppose it couldn't hurt.
do we just leave and then they're like thieves?
Enters your
I mean,
house.
they'll be thieves either
I
way,
think
but
Martha's gonna just leave, to be totally honest. I'll go wait outside for everybody. I even am willing to take the baby with me. I think that I think that she wants to leave pretty quickly because she knows that she has maybe like looted a little too hard today. So
You
yeah,
think?
I'm gonna as if I wasn't pushed into it. Okay, I am going to go ahead and go outside, just straight directly.
Okay.
I will
So I
see
suppose
everyone out there.
it is up to Sky and Volta to thank them for letting us see the premises and wish them well in their endeavors and all that.
okay. Yeah, we'll do that. And plus, I do want to ask them a quick question.
Uh,
Ooh.
Kaven and Nithin are outside. What would you like to ask them?
Um, like Sky suggested, see by or thank them for letting us wander the premises and see their wonderful vineyard and their fine home. But then I want to ask if they um, were actively sending their product to the baron
Ah.
in the city.
Oh no.
That's one of their clientele.
Oh no. The Thakor and his wife usually come here in person to fetch their amounts. She actually arrived about a week ago to grab a few things. Then her and her cohort did the usual thing they did. They went for a walk over by the mountain to the east. It seems Something heinous happened. They fled from a great fire, they told me, and took respite here and cleaned their wounds before departing the next day.
That is interesting. Um, I'm, I must give you some news. I don't believe we told you yet, but I'm afraid that she and her child have sadly passed.
You see them place their hands upon their mouths and look at each other in shock. They go, "Oh, what a terrible misfortune to see that which happened to our beloved
It's,
mother and sister. What a shame."
it certainly is. And um, if you like, I will extend the sympathies to the Baron. Um, but yes,
Thank you kindly, and please do so.
um, perhaps were you preparing a shipment for the Baron that I might be able to return to him, or?
Hmm.
Not quite yet. We're modifying some of the distillery and manufacturing down in the basement, and we're preparing for a new vintage. Once it's prepared and everything, we'll send out a communique for the Baron to come by and pick it up.
Noted. All right, I will uh, wish you all well then, and I will um, give the Baron your regards.
Thank you kindly. We appreciate the candor. Now, did you find anything that would help satiate your curiosity while you were around here on the grounds?
I'm afraid not, but we're not exactly sure what we're looking for. Just the Baron is very much mourning, because dearly parted, and just wanted us to look into anything that could have led to her passing, and but I believed this was already going to be a fruitless endeavor.
But at
So
least it was a fruitless endeavor of beautiful scenery. Thank you, gentlemen.
yes,
You're more than welcome. Will you be returning to Hadar?
yes. In short order, we are gonna have to um, uh, take a detour first for the child, but um, for the child we are carrying. Um, but otherwise, we will be returning to Hadar. Yes.
They raise their eyebrows. A detour to where? The grounds outside of here can be a bit treacherous for a child.
Oh, we'll be very careful. I'm just trying to look for uh, where his we believe his parents were, or at least surviving family might have been nearby. So uh, we will see if we can find them, and if not, return to Hadar with the child.
Hmm. All right. Well, feel free to avail yourselves of the isle, but be wary around the mountain. It's been rather treacherous there since the fire.
Certainly, we'll be most careful. Thank you very much.
More than
Best
welcome.
wishes to you.
And you're welcome to avail yourselves of our hospitality on the way back. You'll see that there is a trail that heads out of the plantation towards the east. You may take that way if you wish to see anything further.
Yes, and being that you brought up the matter of the fire, that might be worth looking into. But otherwise, we will make our way back in short order. Thank you very much.
You're more than
And I'll
welcome.
take my leave.
All right. I take it then we're going to be making our way out towards the east.
Did you
Yeah.
want to say anything else, Sky?
Oh, sorry, it took me a second. No, I'm good.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
so we'll make our way east.
You make your way out towards the east, relatively unbothered. The jungle rears back into full force, and as you make your way east upon the marble roads, and hopefully someone doesn't fucking steal anything else,
What?
um,
What?
you find a kind of small grove. a glade. There is a small pond, berry bushes strewn around, felled over trees with moss, and what seems to be the remnants of an old stone structure overgrown with moss and lichen and gnarled branches and mushrooms and a variety of other things. You can see above you, um, the vulture has returned. It swoops down, descends, and lands before you. Its shape erupts into a fritter of shadow, and then before you is an elderly man with chartreuse skin, gray hair faintly hunched over. He scrutinizes you and goes, "Ah, it seems you've realized that perhaps you should have heeded my warning."
I'll
Mm-mm.
pull out the journal from my bag.
"Ah, I knew you were wise. Now tell me, what have you learned?"
I'll look to the other two first.
Out of character, I apologize for somehow forgetting who is this guy?
The father, the owner of the vineyard and that establishment, that family,
Oh, okay. We're talking to this guy.
yeah,
So this is Vikram.
Yes.
yes.
Guy will.
Yeah, Sky, go ahead. I got nothing. Sorry.
Okay. I mean, he's just gonna kind of look with a more sincere expression than usual. Kind of may or may not succeed at telegraphing that he's not being a little shit at the moment. But just look like sincerely like sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, have you learned anything else? I've been unable to approach. They always keep an eye out for me.
I'm sorry. The other half of the brain cell has questions to ask really quick.
Okay.
This guy is the guy that they met in town. He's the tavern owner whose wife and daughter died, correct?
No, this is
No,
the guy
Oh,
who. This is the third
I'm so
time. Like,
I'm
this
so
is the
sorry.
guy who owns the winery. His wife
Okay.
and daughter also died.
Okay, and there's another pair of wife and daughter though that died. That was the tavern keeper as
Yes.
well. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
Yes.
and
and
Hadar.
okay, and okay. So I have this guy's daughter's dress. Okay, and we also know that they both died 10 years apart from each other from this fungal infection. Is that also what I'm inferring, or no?
No. Okay.
Uh,
The tavern
they
guy, wife
Sorry.
died from the fungus thing like a few days ago. This guy's wife and daughter died from tuberculosis about 10 years ago.
Oh, that's right. Okay, okay, okay,
Yep. Yep.
okay.
Um, can Sky attempt to glean any insight on whether or not this guy? I mean, yeah, obviously, we read the journal. We know this guy is trying to uncover some family mysteries of his own. Sky is going to try to see if he can glean any insight on whether or not he should be honest with the man about taking an item from his house. Because he wants to show him the mold sample, but it would be fruitless if the guy just gets mad and takes it away.
You can't really glean that. You don't know the guy. You could tell though that
Fair. That's fair.
yeah, that I don't think he would. You think reasonably he would not object to you having a sample of the infection. I mean, a reasonable
Uh,
person would not complain about evidence.
Sky will open his pack and pull out the very tightly corked vial.
The man raises his eyebrow and scrutinizes it and says, "Ah, where did you get this?"
The cellar?
Hmm.
with the empty wine bottles.
This is most unusual. I've never seen something like this. Hmm.
Yes, and your sons did were not uh had warned us from going in there among other areas.
Hmm. It would make sense that something like this would be growing down in the basement. We've had problems with mold in the past, but it's nothing like this. This is strange.
Do you recognize it?
No, I do not. Unfortunately, I'm not skilled in the arts such as this. This is most unusual. I've seen a lot of mold and fungi and lichen. I mean, I have to manage yeast, don't I, whenever I'm brewing something, but this is very, very odd. Let me see. I'm going to make him roll some nature here. See if I can figure it out. Something about this is unnatural. I recall that the Thackor's wife was in town. I remember seeing them come about a week ago when there was a great fire. And she seemed to be ill. And it was around the same time other things started to go kind of awry around here. I think perhaps the fire might be something worth investigating.
It would seem so. The reason we are here is um that the Baron's wife and child have sadly passed, and from our investigation that seemed to be from a fungi. So we are predisposed to believe that this might be the fungi in question.
Hmm, it could be. Hmm.
Your sons also mentioned that they are working on distill, a new distill, like I believe the mentioned on the journal, but they seem very focused on that.
I fear that whatever is happening in that basement seems to be some kind of machination beyond our sight and understanding. It would be best if we could figure it out, but we should arm ourselves first, both physically and metaphysically. I can give you access to my family's mausoleum. There are a few weapons in there. You are welcome to take them and use them in order to free my family from the clutches of this foul thing. But I ask you, please, do not slay the workers or slay my children. They are innocents in this, clearly possessed by something.
And we will try to keep their lives uh, protected while investigating the matter.
He gives you a nod. I have surveyed the mountain, soaring above it, and I have seen what seems to be the locus of some kind of explosion near the crest of one of the peaks. Um, I could show it to you, but I don't wish to go upon the ground. I worry about it. There used to be a time when a plague ravaged the area, and it said that it burned like fire through my kind. It is a loathsome disease. I would rather not contact it. But I imagine the fire may not cause you any concern. Um, unless one of you happens to be a shape changer, I don't think any of you would have any cause for concern.
Uh,
I should be fine. I have lived and breathed fire, and I'm certainly no shape changer. However, this child, this child is, and I'm worried about bringing it with us.
Hmm.
He is,
Oh, sorry, go on, go
he
on.
is a child of some interesting creatures. And I'll try my best to describe them.
You can just
Um,
unfurl the bundle and show him the baby.
Oh yeah, I'll do that at the same time, but just in
Sky
case the baby isn't like showing those traits yet, describe them.
Sky is going to immediately say, "So I'll watch the child while you go forth."
Ah, hmm? The man raises his eyebrows. He's like, I can take care of the child. I know his kind. He is known as Marzak. They are tame when they are young.
Noted. Yes, I. Regardless of it was less asking you to watch him, but more of if you could have given me information. So thank you. We were attacked by a pack of them, and his mother presumably. So we hope to bring him back to his family as safely as possible, or find somebody who could take care of him.
I can take
Uh,
care of the child while you journey up the mountain.
before we go, I just want to double back on one question. You said you thought that your sons were possessed by something? What
They attacked me in my own home. My sons would never do that. Insistence upon trying something new.
have you seen anything else like that before in these lands?
He kind of rubs his chin a little bit. There were legends of a time when the Empress used her magics to control rebels, but that was quite some time ago. Aside from that, I don't know. It's rather unusual. Things in these parts have been tame since before my time and the time of my forefathers and my forefathers' forefathers.
The Empress. I believe we did hear something about her. What can I just I would like to find out more about the Empress of your land. I'm kind of angling that bag with the dress away from him, but I would like to know more about the Empress if you have any information to give.
He raises his eyebrows. Like, oh, which of them would you like to know about? Antoinette or Genevieve?
Antoinette,
Ah,
Genevieve said Sky at the same time.
eh.
just give us a truth bomb here. Yeah.
Sorry.
The Empress Antoinette used to be the crown's chief inquisitor. She would adjudicate justice by the might and right of the canon laws. And Genevieve was the mistress of coin. She handled the treasury. I don't know much about them. I only remember faintly seeing the Empress Antoinette when I was a young boy. The only thing I know is that she and her family bequeathed this land to my word, one of my most distant ancestors. It seems my family provided some service to the crown in the ages of yore, and they granted us this bounty as thanks for our service.
I'm sorry, your service for what?
We gave them assistance. I don't quite recall the specifics. It was quite some time ago, but
Hmm.
if you go into the mausoleum by the route I will tell you, there is a document in a chest you may read to learn more. It will be a platinum tablet. It's what consigned these lands to my whew, most distant of ancestors. It was about 800 cycles ago.
Who is the current Empress?
Antoinette
Ah,
and Genevieve and their brother, the Emperor Parsifal.
you wouldn't happen to know anything about a jewel that we may have seen along the roads coming up
Oh,
through the village?
the emeralds. Yes, they keep the roads clean. The Emperor's placed them there so that the roads could be uninterrupted for trade and commerce. Genevieve is quite dedicated to ensuring the flow of goods and services. She doesn't care for obstructions.
Hmm. One of us has a few in their bag.
One of you is getting
No.
your head chopped off. Like,
Shut up. All right.
shut up, narc. There's free emeralds, bro. All right. I'm afraid I don't know much about them. My family and I and the workers tend to stay to ourselves. The Emperor Parsifal, he comes by a little bit more often. He came here actually a few cycles ago.
Hmm.
He made a request for, what was it? A few casks of brandy. He was putting on some kind of festival.
Brandy that your sons gave him? That they were desperately trying to have you try?
Oh no, this is quite some time ago. Cycles and cycles.
Mm, I see.
Hmm.
Well, so, are you gonna take this kid or what?
I It would be a pleasure for me to take the child so that you may avail yourselves of the mountain free of worry. He holds his hands out, grandfatherly, oh, let me see the child kind of gesture.
I'll bundle the child back up and then pass the baby
Oh,
to him.
Celerity's gonna be so sad. Okay, sorry. Just a little side note.
All
Sorry,
right.
Volta, I didn't mean to interrupt your moment.
Nah, that was that.
He starts, he bundles the baby up and everything, and goes, I will go fetch food for the child. If you wish, I will show you the route. He tells you how to get to the location he was referring to on the mountain, gives you directions, and he also tells you about the secret passage that allows you to get access to the mausoleum. You have to go through a kind of sunken, submerged tunnel that's near the lake. Whenever it's a bit at low tide, he says right now it's low tide, so you're fine. And that if you go in there, he hands you an emblem. It is a kind of pentagram crescent with a vulture embedded in quartz. Use this crest to open the door at the end of the passage, and it will allow you entry. And do not worry about sound. The interior of the mausoleum is silenced. You'll be fine.
All right.
Convenient.
Thank
Well,
you.
I think we should uh parry forth then, if everyone else wants to.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you. I will take care of the child. He spreads his arms out. He turns into a giant vulture. The baby is still settled under him, and he soars up, 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 and away and disappears.
And Marta's gonna say, "Wow, that doesn't look safe." Okay. For the child. Okay.
Hmm.
Hey,
Well,
he's raised his children before using the old vulture
on the back
sculpt.
is
Yeah,
his vulture form.
yeah, he'll be fine. The
Okay.
kids will it'll if they get hurt, it'll buff out in the macro. It'll be fine.
Walk it off. Yeah, okay. Um,
Oh
all right.
God, where the hell is this map?
Thank God he didn't see what was in my satchel. Let's let's go
Wait,
ahead and keep
that
going.
smell. Chanel number 5. Only my wife's dress smells like Chanel number
No,
5.
it's just a coincidence.
I'm just holding it for a
That's my
friend.
favorite too.
I swear. I don't have anything to do with it. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out what the. Oh, here it is.
Actually, this will just be a good moment. I'm just gonna step away for just 1 second. I'm sorry, everybody. I just need to use the restroom.
Actually, I have to urinate too, so I'll take a quick potty break.
Eat it.
Welcome back, everybody. Apparently, Marta is down to consume children. We will pick that up at a later moment.
No, I said yeet, not eat it.
So, you hike up the mountain. The air begins to grow colder, and you can see a kind of faint tinge of fog and smog, if you will, kind of hugging the ground. Eventually, you get to the part of the forest that he was discussing. It's been burnt to a crisp. You follow the trail, which has been covered in soot and ash, eventually coming across the remnant of a large group of humanoids, their flesh burnt off their skin, bones strewn about. What would we like to do?
So is this like a forest that's been burned? Is that what this is?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna uh, eyes to the ground and keep on the search for anything suspicious and or fungal.
Okay. Everyone, give me whatever check you want to roll to get some clues here. Arcana, investigation, and nature.
Hmm.
Good God. Anyone else want to roll anything else? There we go. Good old Marta coming in clutch.
I guess I'll roll nature, but
Watch
I
Nat
don't
20.
really have any good skills for this.
Sky and Volta put their heads together. Marta is too distracted by a dress. I imagine it's gonna be a dress. And notices the drape of burnt Spanish moss on the trees and goes, I have an idea for an outfit. So anyway, Sky, you notice that the burn indications and everything on the bodies seem to show that they were killed prior to the fire. And you also note a kind of outlier. The trees all around you are burnt. They're charred into an ash. But one tree just seems to be old, a large, towering banyan tree with gnarled roots. The trunk has been snapped off and everything. And that tree, for some weird reason, seems to be untouched by flames. Just not a lick of anything on it.
I'm gonna point this all out loud.
All right, what would we like to do next?
Uh, I mean, I want to get closer to that unburnt tree and see what's going on here.
You said there's not a touch of fungus on it?
There's nothing on it. It looks like unharmed by the fire, and nothing seems to be growing on it. You're welcome to roll perception, and that's everybody to clock the tree. Wow, that Sky's most powerful moment.
No.
Volta?
Um, do you have any inspiration before I roll, Sky?
Oh,
Use mine. I'm
Only
rolling in.
only one of you really has to pass the check.
where would I find if I have inspiration? I don't think I do.
You kind of have to keep track of it yourself.
Yeah, I think I would have written it down
You
if I
have
did.
two. You have two. On the front page under attributes, there's inspiration, and you have two.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't see it, but yeah, I'm forfeiting that for the moment. I will use it some other time.
Yeah, you don't need it because Marta came in clutch.
Nice.
So, Sky and Volta are, I don't know, distracted by something. Maybe they saw a glint of something in the ground and they started overly scrutinizing a bottle cap or just some useless thing. Marta.
Volta's thinking about dresses.
Sky's also thinking about
I have an
dresses.
eye for detail. Thank you. Okay.
Look at the stitching. So, anyway, you're looking over the tree and you notice that there's kind of a strange indentation on its northern side, like something was pressed into it. And as you scrutinize the tree, you see that there is a latch. It seems the tree bends backwards and reveals something.
All right. Well, I'm going to definitely signal to the others. Do you guys do you both see that? and I'm gonna walk over to it, and I will go ahead and try to undo the latch.
You flick it open, but you can tell that you're going to have to use a group effort to push the tree over to reveal what is underneath it.
All right.
All right, can I get some help over here?
Maybe have
Yep.
Of
big,
course.
strong lady do it.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
Sky. I oh wait, that's who I'm calling over. I have a soft spot for Sky already. So do you think you can help push this over? We could all give it one big push.
Together.
That's right, Volta.
I could help, yes.
Please.
So what are we all?
It would be
Are we all?
One,
an
one, two,
athletics
heave.
check with an athletics check with
Okay.
advantage. Just don't crit fail on this, please.
Okay.
Oh,
That's funny.
that is.
I'm
Thanks,
sorry. I don't
advantage.
have athletics. What do I? I don't see it in my. Oh,
It's at
there it
the
is.
very top of.
It wasn't. I
Okay.
got it.
Wow. Okay, Volta.
God.
Wow, just a powerful energy.
Advantage.
Marta is weighed down by the guilt of theft. Everyone else being morally clean. It definitely pushes the
Ew.
tree over. It seems to almost topple over, and then it locks in place, and you see below it is a hatch made out of resin and bone. There is a small mechanism on the side, a kind of dial that seems to open the hatch.
Well,
Can
Sky.
I? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You first. You first.
Oh
I
no
don't have.
no, please go ahead.
Oh, shit. Okay. Sky is gonna glance down at the scroll in his bag and then scratch his chin a little bit. Glance at the button. Look both ways to see if either of them are about to press it or tell him not to press it, and otherwise, he's just gonna press the button.
Is anyone going to stop Sky
No.
from pushing this button?
I mean, I don't exactly have the skill set to check if it's trapped, so.
You push the button,
Mm-hmm.
and the scroll unfurls, and interspersed within its mechanism is a vial of a crimson fluid.
The scroll in my bag?
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay. My intuition was right. Fascinating. I reach forth for the vial.
You take out the vial, and it's a crystalline cylinder. There's a crimson fluid, and the interspersed in the middle of it. It is bulbous on one end, like the test tube, and where the cork is a hexagonal mechanism.
No. The button is hexagonal as well?
It's more like something goes in it. And yes,
Okay.
it is hexagonal. You reach a conclusion that maybe this
Yeah.
goes in here.
Gonna give it a go.
You put the vial in there. The hexagonal mechanism rotates, and the crimson fluid flows into the mechanism. You hear a kind of gurgling and writhing sound, and the bone and resin hatch opens, revealing a ladder that descends into a faintly lit kind of barren dirt path, probably about 10 feet down.
I'm gonna see if I have any rope. While I rummage around, does anyone else have anything to say?
Nah.
Uh, so sorry. 1 second. So you said that there's a kind of a cavern beneath. Is that what we're looking at here?
Yes.
Like a path.
Yes.
Okay. And Sky is looking for rope to sort of.
There is a ladder.
Oh, there's a ladder. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, Sky is looking for rope in his own bag for a different reason, in case we, got locked in or something. But he seems to have used it and doesn't see any in his inventory, so
You have
fuck it
rope.
with all.
You have
I
rope.
do.
What do you want to do with the rope?
I would try to basically try to make some sort of tether outside in case this thing locks behind us, because it looks like I already used up our one way in and out in case it locks behind us.
Okay. You tie the rope to the tree and then affix it to another tree. So if the mechanism falls forward, it'll get caught on the other tree and it'll prevent it from closing.
Baller.
Okay. We're going to descend into the depths.
Marta is ready to descend.
Yeah.
All right.
I will follow suit.
Do not click or open anything until I do it. You all can kind of just see the little tiny corridor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh God, I hate spelunking so much.
So, you enter into the corridor. The dirt path gives away to walls made out of blue, green chitin and a floor that seems to be made out of stretched over sinew and muscle. Ahead of you is a large wall, seemingly made out of coiled, kind of deep red, fibrous tendrils. And above this seeming coil of musculature um, is a kind of horizontal elliptical shape. What would we like to do?
Okay. So I'm sorry. So we drop down into this, and we see this is exactly where we are on this map.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see it. I see it. So we can go down or up, but there's this cylindrical sort of shape here in above us.
In front of you, it is essentially a sphincter door. It's essentially what it is.
Oh God. Okay. A sphincter what?
A
Sorry.
sphincter door.
Oh, okay. 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 Um. Well, I think that Marta is gonna try to go up. So, can I find out? So what is this? Is there any investigation that I can do on the thing in front of us?
Uh, yeah. Just tell me what you want to roll, and I'll tell you what you can find out.
All right, investigation.
How would you investigate the door?
Poking.
You poke the door. When you poke the door, the horizontal ellipsis above the door opens, revealing the white of an eye and a pupil. It stares down. You hear a voice. You're in a desert, walking along in the sand, when all of a sudden you look down and you see a tortoise. It's crawling towards you. You reach down. You flip the tortoise over on its back. The tortoise lays on its back, its belly baking in the hot sun, beating its legs trying to turn itself over. But it can't. Not without your help. But you're not helping. Why is that?
My short circuited for a second. Is this the tortoise thing? Yeah, okay, yes it is. Okay.
That's a specific question for Marta.
Yes, everyone actually hears this, and any of you can answer if you see fit.
Um, she is going to think about it for a moment and say, "Well, when I was the tortoise, no one helped me."
Nothing. Volta, Sky, would you like to answer?
For Volta's answer.
I generally don't know what to how to reply to that.
Okay, so Sky's gonna wait, but like not too long because he thinks it's kind of dumb. Because he's kind of dumb. So he's gonna like look up into the eye or the ceiling or whatever and say, uh, wrong illusion. I did help it in reality.
The door opens.
Huh.
Beyond, you see a circular
Huh.
room made of similar green chitin. At the dead center of it, you see a small, curious garden of bizarre-looking plants with bulbous, fat leaves, kind of like aloe vera and whatnot. You can see that there is a kind of faint dusting of a lilac powder around the room.
Okay. I'm just writing this down because I'm gonna forget if I don't, you know? Do I recognize any of the flora in here?
No, they are extremely bizarre.
Great. Great.
There is a door on the eastern side, and it has two words above it. This door is also a sphincter door, but it has no eye slit above it. And this is what it says in Celestial.
Seems ominous.
Uh,
Mother.
I'm gonna tear off like a piece of like cloth to make a makeshift like mouth and nose cover, cloth cover.
Smart. Is everyone else gonna mask up?
After Volta does, I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea.
I
Okay.
have to rip my dress.
Just rip the widower's dress. Like, why not? You don't care about people.
Uh, very well. I'm gonna. Yeah. All right. Yes.
No, you have spare rags. You don't rip the
I have
widower's
spare
dress.
rags. Then I
Yeah.
will use the spare rags, and I will mask up.
Okay, everyone masks up. What would we like to do?
Investigate the next room.
All right.
Just walking around the circle, seeing if I can. Maybe I can identify the plants, but see like they look like.
You can see from the plants that there are kind of firm, gray, spindly threads growing out of its barbs. Did Volta ever do metallurgy or repair her weaponry or anything like that?
Uh, no, she specialized in jewel craft.
Huh, okay then. Well, I'm gonna kind of give it to you. You could tell that the threads coming out of the plant are iron.
Hmm,
Just raw pig iron.
that is very curious. Hmm.
Now, are we going to proceed to the door labeled Caring Mother?
Uh, yes.
All right, you approach the door and it simply opens at your arrival. There is another door beyond it. What would we like to do?
Take as best a look into this little room we're in as I can before we inevitably march forward.
This just seems to be a kind of almost receiving room for the next chamber. It doesn't have anything of note in it. All right, onward to glory.
Yeah.
Yes.
You open the next door. Here, I'll put everyone in here. Now, when the door opens for this one, you see a kind of cool mist wash over your feet. This room is quite cold. You can see before you a large pool of gelatin, within which is a violet colored mass of tubes and bulbous sacs of flesh that pulsate rhythmically. Six doors line the wall. Each of them has a phrase above it in Celestial: strength, dexterity, constitution, wisdom, intelligence, and charisma. Let me see here. A single, thicker tendril emerges from the mucus, housing a kind of suction like mouth lined with teeth. A scar atop it bears a single celestial sigil: control.
Hmm. Uh, I'll bring an arm out and start to approach that tendril, but not making contact with it yet.
As you get
Do
closer
I?
to the tendril, it begins to rise to meet your height. It then hovers there, almost like expecting something.
Am I feeling any more reaction?
Nothing. Your armor begins to. You see on the left. Actually, no. On your right forearm, you see the armor seems to almost kind of open up a little bit, revealing and baring your arm. So, like the flesh of your armor kind of just parts, revealing a faint section of your exposed skin. And you can see that the tendril in front of you has a lamprey like mouth lined with teeth, which start to kind of faintly move in motion. It seems to be awaiting something.
I'll look to the other two with a, kind of a nervous yet curious look. Do you,
I will go ahead.
I don't know, my armor is, it's almost like purring and it's reacting to this. It's like a murmur.
Does it feel familiar?
I'll
Mm.
shake my head now. This is new.
Hmm.
Well,
I will inch closer to it.
Marta?
Uh, I'm so sorry. Can I just get a recap of what just happened exactly? I just need it a little laid out a little bit.
Volta entered the room. Her armor reacted to this large chamber, which seems to be full of various organs and sacs of flesh that are pulsating in a central pool of violet gelatin. There is a single thicker tendril emerging out of the pool, with a celestial sigil on the top of it, kind of scarred into its flesh, that says control. As Volta approached, that tendril rose to kind of meet her presence. It seems to be expecting something from her.
and my armor also reacted and opened up a part of the forearm to expose my skin.
I would just say, are you okay? Like, be careful. Do I mean, what is and what is Volta like thinking, or what did Volta just say? What is she feeling?
Just kind of describing how her armor was feeling and looking you all kind of, like nervous and curious, but like trying to gauge your all's response before she decides to proceed or not.
Well, you will see a look of concern and sort of just reservation on Marta's face. I definitely am not used to tentacles. um, and I just would kind of just be there. Marta would be there looking just concerned, but also sort of standing off to the sideline.
Well,
Uh,
if
look at
something happens, perhaps cut this tentacle off.
Okay,
Sky will look
can
down
do.
at the now empty vial, squeeze it, sigh, look a bit resolute, and tell Volta, "I'll make sure you're okay." And he's got his little whittling knife in one hand, little
Okay.
Thank
pocket
you.
knife.
You ready to
With
check?
that, yeah, I move my arm forward to the tentacle.
The tentacle approaches you and seems to hover over your forearm, almost like a wild animal being lured with a snack. And it latches onto your arm, and you can feel the teeth grind into your flesh ever so slightly. You feel a faint warmth, and then a coolness, and then an image appears in your mind. It's a Patali woman. She's wearing an apron, her hair is tied behind her back in a kind of bun, her hands are clasped at the front of her, and she's looking at you with a tender warmth, like a mother who's pleased that you've shown up for dinner, and she's more than happy to share with you the wealth of her love.
I'll try to speak to her. Oh, who are you?
She unclasps her hands and kind of places both of them across her chest and give me an insight check.
I'll use my inspiration.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Thank God.
You can intuit from her body language and everything. She's kind of almost imparting to you, "I'm here for you, my child."
What is it that you can provide?
You see her kind of gesture around now the vision of a kind of cozy cabin. The walls are stocked with a variety of items: ingots of iron and silver and gold, swords, glaives, armor, potions, all manner of material. But then she looks at you and kind of gives you an expression. Um, Give me an insight check. You could do these with advantage, by the way.
Oh, yay.
Okay, there we go.
Well, I'll roll that one more time as normal, but yeah, the 16.
The vision of abundance disappears, and you show her walking over and pulling open cabinets and drawers and cupboards and pantries, and it shows that everything is empty. She places her hands across her chest again, seeming to convey to you, "I would provide, but my cupboards are bare."
Okay. But she has weapons and potions and stuff.
Are you thinking this?
Uh, I guess just to the way of like she's trying to contemplate like what is to offer rather than like needing such things.
The Patali woman looks at you, and you see her eyes go wide, and she places her hand on her chin, like, "Ah, of course." She then waves her hand to the left and to the right, and the doors, with strength, constitution, wisdom, intelligence, dexterity, they all open, revealing small pantries laden with various things in states of repair and disrepair. She places her hands across her chest again, seeming to convey, "What little is left is yours."
Am I to exchange something?
She shakes her head.
Uh, uh, I'll then ask, what is this place? And What is it for?
Hmm? She kind of cocks her head a little bit, places her hand under her chin, and looks at you and kind of shrugs. She's like, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, you're welcome to roll insight on that, by the way.
Okay. I was unsure.
Hmm.
Wait.
And remember, you have
Let me s-
advantage. If you want to do advantage, you can hover over it and see how there's like an up. Just click that.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to hit the advantage button at the bottom in the chat, and I thought that would do it.
Yeah, if you hover over the 10, you'll see a down and an up. Just hit the up.
When I hover over it?
Yeah, like hover over the number 10, and then you'll see up and then down, and just click up.
Oh, I see. I get it now. Okay.
All right. The 10 is sufficient, though. You could tell that this seems to be the approximation of the thing that's inside the pool, and you're basically asking, like, a cow what's going on at the dairy farm. It has no fucking clue.
Okay.
Hmm.
She places her hands across her chest again and gestures outward with an open palm. You can kind of intuit she's asking you, is there anything else you need, my dear?
Um, what are you?
She places her hands across her chest and she actually mouths something out to you. Uh, Give me a perception check with advantage. She says, a caring mother. But she says it to you without sound, but her lips move, and it's in infernal.
Okay. I'll, in Infernal, say, well, thank you, caring mother.
She gives you a faint curtsy and then looks back at you, smiling tenderly.
I'll smile in return and then kind of have myself kind of snap back to reality and see if it'll release my arm.
All right. It immediately unlatches and the tendril goes back to its dormant state.
And the doors remain open?
Yes.
Well, that was an odd experience. I was able to speak to her in a way. She offers what she can for us, and I'll point to the doors.
Why does she offer
As far
things?
as, far as I can tell, because she's the caring mother, she doesn't have as much left as she had, but it is an offer to me at the very least. Um, can I do a medicine check on myself?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to look over where it bit me, if it consumed some of my blood or something.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Medicine check with advantage.
Eh,
It did. It seems to have taken about like an ounce of blood.
Hmm.
As usual, everything costs blood. Uh, Wearing that off, I'll start looking through the doors, going for the strength first.
All right. You look in there, and there's a variety of kind of strange, almost kind of pulsating membranes, and inside each of them seems to be a kind of long, snake-like creature in some kind of stupor. You can see a majority of them are kind of desiccated and cracked, almost like broken. Um, Roll me a here. There's a fucking thing for this. Roll me a D100. All right. You scrutinize it, and you see that all the creatures within the membranes seem to have died. You recollect earlier when you found potions, they were in the form of these kind of strange lamprey creatures that had to be killed and consumed in order to gain the effects. Um, it seems that the carrying mother is what produces these strange potion creatures, and unfortunately, the ones in this chamber are all dead.
Okay.
All right. Would you like to check the other rooms?
I want to do a medicine check again just to see exactly how they died.
Sure, go ahead.
Oof.
You can do so with advantage.
Oh, much better.
Starvation, it looks like.
Hmm. All right. So I'll look through. So did all the attribute doors open or just the some specific ones?
All of them.
Okay.
Give
Look
me
through.
5D100 rolls. You have to get under a certain percentile for anything to actually be alive. So,
Interesting.
because they were not well maintained in here outside of Mother's loving glance.
Hmm.
Oh, the room. You see, there's like a door to the northeast. That one. Let's see if you nailed it here. Wow, you got one. In what order are you going to search the rest of the doors? So you did strength first, correct?
Yeah, I'm just going down the line, so I guess the lowest would be charisma.
Okay. Yep. All of them are dead except the charisma room. You notice that there's actually a few alive in here. Roll me 1d4. Okay. Let's see what we got here. There is one creature alive in this room. It still seems to slumber peacefully in its little vestibule. What would you like to do?
I'll call the other two over
Hmm.
and kind of explain that these seem to be these, kind of like potion creatures and that this is the only one alive out of all of them.
Hmm. Oh gosh. Can we can we rouse it somehow?
We could try.
Want to just yank that fucker out of its womb?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I don't know about plants enough, I guess.
Who dares remove the creature?
Fucking not Sky. He's like, this is cursed. I mean, if you said remove it from its womb, that's like definitely a bad idea, right?
Definitely a bad touch moment.
What phrasing.
If you ever ponder something heavily, just ask yourself, would Colin do it? And if the answer is yes, don't do it.
Is it really dangerous and stupid? Is it something Jack would do? I probably shouldn't do it. You can tell though that it's kind of obvious that you're meant to take these. Like she literally said, "Go ahead." Like
Volta will take a dagger to cut open the womb, more or less, and try to extract the creature.
Actually, you could see that the creature is. It's more like a marsupial pouch. You actually delicately coax the creature out of it,
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
it nestles into your hand. What would you like to do now?
So our understanding is that the kind of creature this is, you literally consume it for some kind of benefit.
Yes. They're potions or they're spells. This one, unlike the other ones, actually has something written on the side. It says hero in celestial.
Hero. So if they're like a potion or a spell, this makes me think it'd be like a heroism potion, more or less, or spell.
Give me an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence?
Yep, or arcana if you want to be bold.
Right? Ha! Whoops. Guy is watching and is not know what's going on.
What the fuck? That's exactly it. It's a potion of heroism. Which does not give you the heroism spell. Actually, it does both. I'll put it in your inventory. It gives you heroism for an hour and bless for an hour without concentration.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty fucking rad potion. I'll add it to your inventory. It's a little annoying to put spells in inventories.
Mm.
All right. Everything else in the room is done and gone, unless you want to talk to creepy mommy Dommy in the pool. The door to your north has one word written on it in celestial: husbandry.
I definitely want to check that out. I am intensely curious now.
Does bring me back to what she had initially said about how they bring in outsiders for genetic diversity.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'll go check out the husbandry door.
I will follow pretty closely and be right back, I promise.
Yes, Marta follows in behind as well.
All right. The husbandry room is actually relatively straightforward. In here are a variety of large glass containers filled with fluid. You can see creatures that seem to look like Patali in various states. Some of them are bulkier, thinner, taller, shorter than the others. There's no outward indication as to anything in here, although you can see that the containers do have numbers and labels on them. Exhibit 2, Product 47, Agent 3, and things of that nature. You can also see that there's a large kind of platform with crystalline spheres filled with blood in it, and they seem to be faintly boiling inside a mechanism.
Very interesting.
Oh, and the door to the southwest is labeled Exhibition.
Ian, I'm so sorry. My ADHD gets like pretty bad at night. Can you just reiterate that to me again?
The room is full of various samples of Patali with various changes. Some of them are short, tall, more muscular, more gaunt, things of that nature, and they're all labeled random things like Exhibit 2,
What
Agent
is
3.
Patali?
It is the name of the race of the people in this area.
Okay.
So, like the chartreuse covered people with black hair and horns and what have you.
But not the baby we found. It's not the
No,
same.
he's Marzak, radically different.
Okay.
Yeah, and the door to the southwest is labeled Exhibition.
All right. What's up?
I'm gonna investigate the exhibition door.
Yeah.
The sphincter opens, and you see a hallway. At the end of it is another door, which leads into the final area, which says laboratory. You can see on the right side is a bunch of glass containers with basically dioramas, and it shows statues. It has a very large, muscular-looking Patali, kind of chitinous growths are coming off of his body, almost like armor. And there's a small sign in Celestial that says Warrior Cast. The next one down shows a creature with a more kind of golden hue draped in silks, and it says Priest Cast. And it shows another one that has two sets of arms, and this one says Laborer Cast. And then there's a variety of other examples. It shows a kind of large, bulbous series of membranes, and this one says Distillery. And there's a bunch of other examples too.
Does it say cast like as in like a class, or cast as in like a mold?
Cast as in the latter.
It could kind of go either way. Gotcha. Okay.
I'll
open the door to the last room then.
Oh, here's
The
where we're gonna have.
laboratory.
This is where we're gonna have fun. Hold on a second. You go through the last door. You can see. A minute. You enter through the last door, and one thing becomes readily apparent that is in this room. There is a very large, almost like school bus sized brain, covered in tentacles, with a kind of thick, almost dusty texture on its exterior at the center of the room. You see a large tentacle, similar to the earlier one you used on the carrying mother, protruding from its center, kind of flat and limp on the ground. Your armor reacts as it did previously. It seems to purr in the presence of this creature. You can see to the east, portions of the wall of this area have collapsed. There is a very thick lilac haze on the ground. You can see large broken crystalline vials that seem to have spewed out a kind of violet lilac colored substance, and you can see traces of volcanism in here, recently cooled lava, as well as other fractures and tears from volcanic activity on the eastern part of the room. What would we like to do? Oh, the room is also filled with large slates of a white stone with celestial markings on them, but the markings are too small to make out from this distance. You'd have to scrutinize them in person.
I'm so sorry. I actually think I need to jump off now. I'm really sorry, everybody. But
It's fine. This is where I wanted to tail off anyway.
okay. I'm gonna jump off now. But I love playing with everybody, and this was a really fun session. So I'll see you all
Yes.
for the next one. Okay.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I guess we'll close out
Alrighty.
here.
Yeah.
You're in the laboratory. You are face to face with what is seemingly an elder brain, and we will figure out next time what our cantankerous party manages to get up to.
Alrighty.
All right.
Thank you for the session.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.